Hello everybody, the Canadian Mine here. Today I'm going over the Spider-Man stuff. The Spider-Man suits. Now in order to craft like a basic Spider-Man suit, you're going to want to get orange gem, Spider-Man's logo, radioactive fabric. Now in order to craft those three, you have to get Spider-Man's logo, which requires radioactive fabric, and then that requires white fabric, which I went over in the last video. And then radioactive silt is used by killing a radioactive spider. Looks like a spider, but red. And then there's alts. Now, however, there is, if I can find it, there's actually a special version of Spider-Man, and that's the Iron Spider. Now, in order to get that, you need gold titanium alloy, which I went over in the Stark suits, Stark Tech, Web Shooters, and Nanobots. I need to sneeze. And in order, I'll go over that in a later video. But now we're just gonna have to go over the Spider-Man Web Shooters, which in order to craft a web shooter, you need titanium, 3 web cartridges, which you need brass. In order to craft brass, you need zinc and copper, which I went over in a later video. And then you need 4 pieces of iron, a sticky piston, and titanium ingot. And if you put them on, if you press R, you get Spider-Man's powers. Well, not really his powers, just like in the MCU movies, he used the web shooters. And yeah, that was. And if you press shift, you should be able to get rid of them. Oh, wait. Holy cow! There we go. Got much smoother. So now this is the Iron Spider. Now I think your character becomes a little bit shorter. Like this is the normal Steve. And like you got web shooters, which looks amazing, by the way. Whoever modeled this was great. And if you press shift, you get rid of it. And then there's a use special webbing. I think that does damage to mobs. And then while then like I guess this is like combat if you want to double the damage. And then select special webbing. I guess you could do like electricity. Like electricity. And I think you can actually, yeah, you can fly. You can glide too, which is really cool. And then a sweep kick, which looks like this. And then binding web. Or blinding web. Blinding. And then a roundhouse kick. Give me a second. Okay. So, and then sweep, and then instant kill mode. Now, I think it turns his eyes red. Give me a second. Okay. Instant kill mode, which it's comma. And yeah, it just does this. Super laggy. And then left menu is roll. And yeah, that was the Iron Spider. I think it actually flies, but I'm not sure. And then there's the Iron Spider in the comics. Now this one, it's a little different, but not that much. Here, I'll show you it. Looks pretty cool. Web shooters. It just uses generic web shooters. And then apostrophe. Now apostrophe, if I can find it. Give me a second. Well, unfortunately I couldn't find apostrophe. But there's Cloak Type 2. There's Cloak, which just makes you completely invisible unless you move. So if you want to play hide and seek with your friends, it's a really good mod for it. And then there's Kick Black Flip, which is that. And then Waldo's. It looks really cool. And I think that just about does it for this thing. Now, I never really read the comics on this one. But it's Future Foundation. I think I can actually pull up. No. There's Future Foundation. I know this looks like Anti-Venom, but I'm not really sure if that's really like him or something. And yeah, you can even suspend yourself from in midair. Then there's Stealth Mode, which I guess if you can do it in the dark, it's actually really cool. Then Web Shooters, Special Webbing, Kick Backflip. Then Web Barrage, which it just barrages the player and or other person with webs. And then Combat. Combat, which puts up these two hands and then just you can box. And also Spider-Man can climb walls. Don't know for those of you who is new to Spider-Man, I suggest you go watch the movies. They are really great. And I think that just about does it for for Spider-Man Future Foundation. Now we're getting, I think, into the good stuff. Then there's Spider-Man 2099. There's this is in like the future. There's Venomous Bite, Kick Backflip, Web Bullet, and then there's a Roundhouse Kick. Then there's Telescopic Vision, which I believe just zooms in. It's like, I don't know what that mod is called. But yeah, that was Spider-Man 20... Oh wait, Accelerated Decoy. This one is actually really cool. You get a decoy. That was Spider-Man 2099. Now, I might just run out of time. But I might make a part 2 today, probably. Or really, really soon. Or with these. And then there's this. There's, I forgot what this is called. I forgot what this is called. But yeah, it's just got the generic Spider-Man stuff. And then there's the Spider-Man from, I guess, a Sony type deals. There's Blinding Web, Web Shooters. Yeah, Web Barrage, Web Bullet, all that stuff. And yeah, I think that just about does it for this video. But when we come back, yeah, peace out.